fans, and welcome to another edition of Inside Bear Athletics on Bear TV. Tonight we're going to spend some time talking athletics with Athletic Director Bill Wallace. We're also going to continue our series of COVID-19 and how it affects the student athletes, baseball and softball players, both going to drop in on the program this evening. When we come back, it's Athletic Director Bill Wallace. So bear down, it's time for Inside Bear Athletics on Bear TV. Welcome back to Inside Bear Athletics here on Bear TV on this Tuesday night. Tonight we're going to talk athletics with Athletic Director Bill Wallace. Coach Wallace, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Benji.
Well, before we talk about the semester you have going on right now, let's back up to the spring semester. Of course, Coach, you're a coach from way back. You are somebody that's plugged into athletics, being the athletic director. Spring semester and COVID-19. Now, I know the individual coaches had to tell the players, but you kind of had to be the guy to tell the coaches that the spring semester was going to get postponed. To kind of take us back to that time as Southwest Athletics, kind of what was going through your mind?
Well, there's a lot of uncertainties at that time, Benji. We didn't really know what was going on. We took spring break, and then spring break became all summer, you know. So it was very trying time for our student athletes and our coaches. To cancel those games was very difficult, and it wasn't something that we really anticipated or really wanted to do, and it was a tough time.
Well, you have to cancel the seasons in the spring. We get to summer. Even up till August, I know that there was a lot of conversations with you as the athletic director, with Dr. Bishop as the president, with the other community colleges. I know there was a lot of conversations taking place. You really didn't know if you were going to get started in the fall, though, did you?
I bet, Benji, it seemed like 100 Zoom calls that I was, that we were on as athletic directors, but probably 20 or 25 Zoom calls later, and it was just meeting after meeting after meeting trying to formulate a football schedule. And then the NJCA came out that they said that we're going to move everything to spring. And then our league in football, we decided to try to play in the fall. And, we went from a 9-game schedule to a 8-game schedule to now a 6-game schedule. So it's been a lot of moving and shaking and changing, and it's been very difficult at times.
I know you had to be happy the first day, though, that the campus came to life again.
I've been thinking about that, and we've made it this far. We're almost at Thanksgiving, and I feel so blessed that. And my kind of motto is just take it one day at a time. That's all you can do. And I'm just so thankful that we've made it this far.
Well, let's talk about some of the things that have happened in the fall. Of course, in addition to football getting started, big announcement was made a few weeks ago about 2 additional things happening on campus. Number one, just recently, the big softball field announcement.
Yeah, that's huge for our softball program. We've been really good, but we've been kind of at the middle to the upper part of the pack. Now we feel like this recruiting tool, this new softball field, can help us get to the top, and that's what we're hoping for. Approximately $330,000 to $350,000 and a new drainage system, new field turf, new grass, new infield, we feel like that it's going to take us to the next level.
Of course, the other new addition on campus is something that is great to have, and I think it kind of developed out of COVID-19, and that's the Performance Center. Kind of talk about that a little bit.
Our new Performance Center. Dr. Bishop's really on fire right now with our new Performance Center. We used to call it the old grill gym. We had to expand our weight room, and our new strength and conditioning coach, Mark Cornwell, came up with the idea to move our old weight room into the grill gym, the Performance Center, and it's been great. And now that's what we're kind of here for today, is to reconnect with our former athletes. We're going to start a fundraising project and try to raise some money to get that Performance Center up to date and make it one of the tops in the state.
Just the beginning of it, it already looks very nice in there with the work
nice.
that's been done. And again, more work coming on that, I'm sure.
It is. We're trying to raise a certain amount of money and get new racks, new turf on the floor, new padding for our weights. And it's going to be a tremendous recruiting tool for our Bear athletics.
And of course, even though a lot of people can't see it right now, we look forward to the day when restrictions do ease a bit and it is fully finished and folks can begin looking at that and seeing what is happening here on the Southwest campus.
Yep. Got a lot of exciting things going on right now.
Well, something else that happened in the fall semester, you probably again didn't plan on having to do, was you had a golf coach move out and a golf coach move in, didn't you? After you just recently started golf here at Southwest.
Yeah, this is our first season back with our golf team, and we've got some great guys. And Ronnie Ross got and as well as he called it, a dream job opportunity to move into the Madison area. So he took that new job, and we were without a golf coach. And actually, I had to take him to one of the. So I was interim golf coach for a day.
Hey, there you go.
I had to take him to a practice round at Hines one day, and it's a good group of guys. And so we were able to hire Jay O'Hearn, and Jay has come in and just made a great impression on the young men. And they started working hard, 2 or 3, 4 practices a week. And I spoke to one of the golfers the other day, and he said from the time they started to this last match they had, they improved 42 strokes on their game. So Coach O, our Coach O, we call him, has really got in there and mixed it up with the guys and really given them some confidence, and we're excited about golf. And I do want to say that one of our golfers, Brett Baker, he's the #2 golfer in the country right now. So kudos to our golf team, and we really are excited about the springtime for them.
Well, Coach, while we're talking about coaches, something else to kind of talk about with this fall semester. Football's playing, golf's playing. We've had some games or here and there, but with all these coaches meeting with their student athletes, it's a different time for them with temperature checks and with all the different protocols they're having to go through. And from my perspective, all the coaches have fully bought into making sure they got to do what they got to do, haven't they?
This has been a total team effort for our whole campus. Our faculty, our staff, our coaches. Our coaches have had to get up early, do temperature checks at different buildings, different facilities on campus, and they've really bought in. And they haven't complained, and they've done an excellent job. And they've done it for the whole campus, not just their student athletes. And I really think we've reaped the benefits from that because everybody's bought in. And I really think that that's why we have made this semester last so long. And I feel fully confident that we're going to finish strong.
Absolutely. And, of course, one other group of people we can't leave out, and that has to be the Southwest athletic trainers and the job they've been doing.
Benji, I can't tell you, I've called them rock stars. Keith Raybon and Morgan Arrington have been rock stars because they take all that information that all our coaches gather from their athletes, they put it all in a document and send it to our commissioner, I think 3 times a week. And they have done a tremendous job. We couldn't do what we're doing without Keith and Morgan.
Absolutely. The job that a lot of times nobody sees. They see the coaches, they see the players, but it's those athletic trainers that are working behind the scenes to make sure on a normal day everybody stays healthy, but right now to really make sure everybody stays healthy.
That's a huge task, and they've done really well.
Well, of course, with athletics getting started back, like you said, the football season, the numbers have been restricted. One thing, and I know you were on the leading edge of this and pushing it, is the thing we're on right now, Bear TV. How important is it for Southwest to have a platform, especially with limited numbers being in attendance at football games and probably in the spring with basketball and especially the indoor sports? How important is it to have a connection to the fans of Southwest and to the alumni of Southwest to be able to watch these teams play?
Right. Bear TV is kind of my baby, and I appreciate you. And there's some people behind the scenes, and Dr. Andrew Dale and Case Johnson, that have done extremely well with this Bear TV. It's not the new thing, it's the thing. Mm-hmm. Because if you didn't have Bear TV, we couldn't promote our school as much. It's our TV station, and really the sky's the limit. And this is just the groundbreaking. I think this is our 2nd or 3rd year to do this, and Bear TV, it's just tremendous what it does to promote our school and our athletes.
Absolutely, and of course you can see all the football games and the basketball games and other great features like this show that we're on right now that gives folks a connection to the college that they didn't have before. And it's so important to connect with the community, not only the community, but also to alumni, to folks who used to play sports here as well. You talked earlier about wanting to reconnect athletes to the school. That's one tool you have to connect people to the school, and you have a great program and a great outlet to do that.
Yep. Benji spoke about our performance center. We want to get, and this is just on the ground level, but we want to connect back with our former athletes, and we want to get them involved in our school. And we're going to be sending out some brochures and some literature on our performance center to try to get some fundraisers going. But if you're a former athlete and want to get connected to Southwest and what Southwest did for you, get in touch with me. You can reach me at my email, billww@smcc.edu, or reach me on my office phone at 601-276-2020. And I would like to talk to you and reconnect with our former athletes.
Absolutely, and of course we look forward to seeing that performance center, seeing the fundraising efforts, and most importantly seeing some of these former athletes reconnect with Southwest Mississippi Community College. Well, Bill, we appreciate your time. I know you got a lot of things going on. It's been a busy semester, but just to sit down and kind of talk about some of the things that have happened in this fall semester, we appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you, Benji, and I appreciate what you do, the voice of Southwest for us, and you're doing a great job. And you just basically began with us too, and so the sky is the limit for you, and I appreciate what you do for us.
We thank you very much for sitting down with us here in the fall. We look forward again to maybe in the spring sitting down with you again and talking about the state of Southwest Bear athletics. Bill Wallace, the athletic director, joining us. When we come back, we're going to talk to some student athletes. I think this is so important to hear their perspective on the spring semester going into the fall semester, Southwest baseball and Southwest softball. We've got some of those players that are going to be joining us next right here on Inside Bear Athletics on Bear TV.
I am Marilyn Ginn. I am a lifelong member of the Southwest Alumni Association. I have been teaching at Southwest for at least 30 years. And being a member, if you would please join, being a member of the Southwest Mississippi Community College Alumni Association, you will be doing wonderful things like giving scholarships to young people that need them. And I have taught at Southwest. It has always been my dream job, and it's just a fantastic place to work.
Join the SMCC Alumni Association today. Call 601-276-2442.
Welcome back here on Inside Bear Athletics as we continue on this Tuesday night. Last week we started our discussion of coronavirus and how it affects the student athlete. Last week it was a conversation about football. This week we're going to shift gears and talk Southwest baseball. They were definitely affected by the coronavirus. We've got Jacob McDaniel with us this evening. Jacob, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Well, Jacob, for those who may not know you, I think first you need to introduce yourself to us.
I'm Jacob McDaniel. Hometown is Roxy, Mississippi. I graduated from ACCS, Adams County Christian School in Natchez, Mississippi. I'm a pitcher, PO here at Southwest, number 16. My major is forestry. That's what I'm going for right now. So that's what my plan is for now.
All right, well, let's talk baseball. Of course, you were here last season as a Bear. Baseball season kind of got started like it always did in January. You kind of got off to a normal start, played a few games here, a few games there. You guys were getting ready to open up division play on a Saturday, and on a Tuesday, suddenly coronavirus becomes a national pandemic. What was the first thought that went through your mind when Coach Jackson called you and said, hey, we're going to have to cancel Saturday's game and we're extending spring break by a week?
Well, we went off and to spring break. We really didn't know what was going to happen. Spring break just kept getting extended, and then we all got the time that, hey, you can come back to school. So we all come back during spring that time on, I think it was a Thursday. And it took a while. And we knew something was up, and we all sit there in the locker room. Coach comes in, he says, guys, I have some really bad news. He said, the season got canceled, he said, because of the coronavirus, and he said, everybody's going to be sitting home, we won't have any more school, baseball's canceled, and we just have to play it by ear from here. So that's what we had to do till pretty much all the way till here we are now.
Well, we talked about this with Coach Jackson in his conversation of how he explained it to you guys. But from a player's perspective, having to hear that from your coach, a conversation you'd never heard in the past. You played baseball your entire life, Little League to Dixie Youth to high school. Never that kind of conversation. Kind of go through your mind. How was that in your mind?
It was tough. It was really tough. I mean, you go from we're having a great season. This is about to be well, so we're about to have a lot of wins. I mean, and then you go to, boom, it's all over. I said it's just kind of really a shock. Just saying, what if this is it? Especially with me, that last year I thought was my second year. I thought I wasn't going to get another year, and then I was like, this is over. I was like, I have nowhere else to go. I didn't have any offers at the time, so I was like, so I was looking on to plan ahead past baseball. Thought I was just going to hang up the cleats, and then that was going to be over. But luckily we got a year of eligibility back, so that was a big relief. But it's just a big shock when all that just a lot of just overwhelming, not really knowing what's going to happen in the future.
I kind of want to back up a little bit and talk to you about what you just mentioned there. Being a sophomore, you thought, well, my time is done. I got to move on to my next career. Yet you really didn't want baseball to be over. So in the back of your mind, I know you were probably hoping you got baseball back, but like you said, not having any solid offers, nobody was going to get an offer during COVID because nobody was playing. So how did you put in your mind, how did you stay ready to play, hoping you would play, but also realizing you may never play again?
Coach always said is that we might have a possibility that you could come back. He said because all the rules and stuff. It was a big discussion of what those 2 years guys could get.
So you kind of stayed ready?
Yeah, so Coach Jackson, he said, stay ready. Here's the workouts. Here's what you need to do. Stay ready. Get your arm ready. Stay on this, and I think you'll be fine. Well, eventually they did say that we would get our year of eligibility back. So instantly, I text Coach Jackson, text Coach Biggs. I said, I'm going to be back. I said, I can't end it like that. I said, I mean, that's just how it's going to be. I said, I ain't got any more offers. I'm definitely coming back, see if I can keep on playing.
Well, as the summer continued, the restrictions began to somewhat ease. There was talk of fall sports happening. There was talk of maybe school getting started back. When you finally found out, hey, we're going back to school, you got the text message or the phone call, whatever it was from Coach Jackson or Coach Biggs, and they said, hey, school's going to start on this day, you report on this day. What kind of feeling was it then?
I was excited. I was really excited because, I mean, I get to be back with basically all my brothers again. I said we all a tight-knit group down there in the locker room. It's a bond, it's hard to break. So I get to see all them guys again, the returning guys that actually came back. And, we're all pretty close. And then I was like, we got to start ball again. So we got to put in the work, put in back in the effort, try to get back to where we were last year, and just grind it out.
Well, you talked about coming back to school. Obviously, the fall has been a lot different than last fall was. What are some of the things that you never thought you would do as a baseball player that you've had to do during the fall semester? I know it's an outdoor sport, so you have some less restrictions than indoor sports have, but still it's changed a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you got to be careful on what you do, who you hang out with, where you go places. Sometimes in the dugout, you can't even high five a lot of times. Usually when you score a run, everybody's hugging, clapping, giving high fives. You can't do that as much anymore. So you got to keep your distance. You got to keep your face mask on. That's pretty much it.
Makes it kind of a different game, doesn't it?
Yeah, it kind of hurts the momentum, I guess, kind of a little bit. But we're battling through it. We're pretty headstrong over here in Southwest. So, we're battling it out. So I think we're going to be pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, I know that Coach Jackson and, of course, Bill Wallace, who was on this program earlier, the athletic director, and, of course, even all the way to the top to Dr. Steve Bishop, and talking to them across the summer, they were determined to have sports here at Southwest. And I think all the players wanted sports back at Southwest. So it was kind of everybody wanted to make this happen. So you do what you have to do to make it happen, don't you?
Yes, sir. We always got to stay ready. We got to, no matter what happens, we got to battle through what comes ahead. That's what Coach Jackson says a lot of times. He said, there's a lot of adversity in the game of baseball. And he said, this is just one big challenge you just got to overcome and battle through.
We definitely look forward to the Christmas break coming, and then once you guys get back in January, getting baseball season started. Baseball, one of those seasons that actually kind of kept its normal schedule. You're going to kind of operate the same way you guys were supposed to operate last year, even though you didn't get to. So we look forward over at Bear Park to seeing baseball happen here pretty soon. Well, Jacob, we appreciate your time here on Bear TV. Thank you for giving us a little insight into how the student athlete is battling COVID-19. When we come back, we're going to stay on the field but move off the baseball field and onto the softball field when we return on Inside Bear Athletics right here on Bear TV.
It's time to get excited about Southwest Athletics. Football season is nearly here. The SMCC All-Sport Athletic Pass will give you admission to every home game of every sport for the whole academic year. Get your All-Sport Season Pass at www.southwestbearathletics.com.
Thank you for supporting Southwest Athletics.
Get your All-Sport Season Pass today.
Reach the summit.
Well, welcome back to Inside Bear Athletics here on Bear TV as we continue our discussion with the student athlete and how coronavirus has affected the student athlete. We talked with Jacob McDaniel from baseball. Now let's shift gears, stay outside, but rather to softball now. And Miss Shelby Mason joining us. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am just fine. Well, as I did with Jacob, why don't you kind of introduce yourself to everybody?
Okay, my name is Shelby Mason. I play first base here at Southwest on the softball team. I graduated from Adams County Christian School in Natchez, and I'm a sophomore this year, and I'm excited to actually get to play a full season this year, hopefully.
Well, one side note before we talk about the season and last season and this season, I went by the softball field the other day, and it doesn't look much like a softball field right now, does it?
No, we're very excited that we got this new field in progress. You know, a lot of our games actually got rained out because we were having drainage problems and stuff like that, and the whole team is really just thankful that we get the opportunity to have this new field and this new just whole stuff to play with. Like, it's an awesome experience for us.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely look forward to the spring semester when you gals will be out there playing. Let's talk a little bit about last season, COVID-19. Well, before COVID-19 hits, you come back to school in January, and everything for the most part is pretty normal. You kind of go through your January, February routine. You start your season, and then all of a sudden spring break comes. I think you played on like a Monday of spring break. You were going to get the rest of the week off, come back, start your division play. And then suddenly everybody went home, and Coach Johnson had to call you and say, well, season's canceled. As a student and as an athlete, what was going through your mind when you found out, hey, the season's at least temporarily canceled at first and then completely canceled secondly?
Yeah, well, I remember that game, as you said, that Monday on spring break. We were the only team here, and we were all excited to play and then get our little break, and we were just like, oh, I can't wait for the break. And we never really thought that that would be our last game and that we would never come back. So when we got the news that it was canceled, we were all kind of really sad because we never got to really play with the other sophomores. And like me as a freshman last year, I know that this season that I have to just step up and be a sophomore, even though I really didn't even have a whole freshman season. So that's like a big part of how we felt, but we are super excited about this season, and hopefully we can play it out fully and get our full season this year.
Well, we talked to Coach Johnson earlier in the year, and he talked about having to have that conversation with the team. But as a player in that meeting, of course you played softball your whole life. As a player in that meeting, hearing your coach tell you, hey, season's off, we're going home, we'll see you hopefully in August. What's going through your mind at that point?
Kind of just shocked. Like, I never would have thought coming here signing to play college softball that something like that would happen. And I was really upset for the sophomores that knowing, like, luckily as a freshman I get it to play again. And some girls on the team didn't even know they played their last softball game ever. So it was really just kind of shocking to all of us.
Of course, summertime comes. How much interaction did you have with the coaching staff and the other players for that matter? Was it kind of like you were in isolation, or did you have some contact with them?
Kind of. We did our workouts over the summer from an app, and all of us are like best friends. Our team is like family, so we all stayed in contact with each other as much as possible and just tried to prepare ourselves as much as we can. But with COVID-19, obviously that was limited, but we did the best that we could.
Of course, summer came. Some of the restrictions started to ease. People started to move around more, and you finally got the call, hey, we're going to have a fall semester. School is going to start back. Your reaction to getting the call, letting you know that, hey, come on back to school in August.
Yeah, I was just so excited to have a little bit of go back to normal a little bit. I was excited to see my friends that I haven't seen in a while, my teammates, and just excited to start back working and hopefully get to play again.
Of course, I know softball did get to play some of their fall schedule games. You were even kind of able to even have a sophomore day in the fall. Kind of tell us about that.
Well, we got to see all of our friends and teammates that were sophomores last year that we really didn't get to play with, but they were literally our best friends. When we got here, they took us in like little sisters, and it was really nice for them to get their day to be recognized as a Southwest softball player. And with our fall games, I think that we played really well, and I think that we have great potential for our spring season ahead.
Well, of course, you played softball most of your life, but that fall semester, still different as far as playing softball. You had all these extra restrictions on you. Of course, not being able to high five and not being able to hug and things like that. And I know that's a big part of the game, too. It's not just hitting the ball and playing defense, is it?
No, it's not. It's really different with we always wear our mask when we're close together and try not to touch each other and stuff. And it's just a lot different than normal, but it's better than nothing. I'll give anything to play softball, so.
I was going to say the restrictions, whatever they are, let's just go play, right?
Let's play ball.
Absolutely. Well, of course, as we get closer to Thanksgiving and then, of course, Christmas, you're going to come back in the spring, and I know there's a lot of hope for the season. Got a great team coming back, and you got that new field to play on, so there's a lot of excitement around Southwest softball right now, isn't it?
Very excited. We are so excited for this season, the new field. Thank you to everyone involved with getting us that new field. I can't explain how much it means to the team and I.
Well, you're going to get to play on that new field. Before you play on the new field, though, you're going to have to practice some other places, aren't you?
We are. We actually have practice today that we're going to a new field to practice on, but practice is practice. We're going to practice hard no matter where it's at. So.
Absolutely. Well, we definitely look forward to the spring semester and Southwest softball. And, of course, if you want to continue to watch the improvement of the Southwest softball field, stay tuned to southwestbearathletics.com. And, of course, Southwest Bear Athletics on Facebook as they continue to monitor the progress over at the softball field. Well, Shelby, thanks for your time. We look forward to softball starting in the spring.
Thank you.
When we come back, we'll continue with Southwest softball in just a moment on Bear TV.
I'm Melissa Temple, and I'm a graduate of Southwest Mississippi Community College. I'm proud to now work for the institution where I started my nursing education. I've been at Southwest since 2007, and I'm the Associate Vice President for Nursing here. I encourage everybody to join the Alumni Association. I'm a lifetime member and love being a part of the Southwest family.
Join the SMCC Alumni Association today. Call 601-276-2442.
Welcome back. Our thanks to Shelby Mason for joining us with the Southwest softball program. But before we leave you tonight, we're going to extend the program just a bit and continue our conversation with Southwest softball. As it was told to me, we have a super sophomore with us, Jade Latham. Jade, welcome to the program.
Hello. Yes, I'm the only super sophomore that we have.
Well, before we get too much further into the program, let's talk about what super sophomore means.
Super sophomore means that I played my freshman year here, and then my sophomore year got cut short due to COVID.
I want to talk to you kind of about that. Your sophomore season, being a sophomore, playing on that Monday, finding out your season is canceled. As a sophomore, Shelby is a freshman. She knows that she's got another season coming, but as a sophomore, you really didn't know if it was over or not, did you?
Yeah, I had plans to go to Mississippi State to not play softball, but after that Monday game, I just was like, that couldn't be my last game, so I had to make a decision, and I chose to come back. So.
Of course, being able to come back, they did grant the softball players an extra year of eligibility, so you did get to come back. But before you found out you were going to get the other year of eligibility, like you said, possibly going to Mississippi State, did you at one point think that Monday might be it for softball?
I had no idea. After we played a team from Michigan, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They were very far away, and they traveled a lot, and I don't know. It was scary times. No one really knew what was going on, and then they just canceled it, and it was very, very unsure. But I knew that couldn't be my last game.
One way or another, you were determined it was not going to be your last game.
Yeah.
Well, of course, you get the phone call, hey, not only are you getting your semester back, but you're welcome back to the program. Coach Johnson gives you that phone call. How did that feel?
That felt very good to know that I had a place to come back to.
Well, you come back to Southwest, and of course, you get to call school starting back. What was it like that first team meeting? You're the super sophomore, as they say, and you have that first team meeting of the fall. What was that like? Looking at folks that were there last year and all the new faces, you know, you're kind of the one this year, you know?
Yeah, everyone calls me Grandma, so I'm the one they always look up to. But coming to third year, it was like I already knew what was going on, so I helped everyone who was very nervous for the first day of school, and I just took them under my wing and showed them the ropes.
Well, of course, showing them the ropes in this COVID season on the field's got to be a lot different. Like we talked about with Shelby, there's no high-fiving, there's no hugging, there's mask wearing. It's a different time to be a softball player, isn't it?
It sure is.
Well, in addition to that, you get the spring semester coming up. Like you said, Grandma's got to lead them into the spring semester now, doesn't she?
I do, yeah.
And not only do you get to play one more season, but you get to play on that new facility over there at Southwest.
Yeah.
Talk about that for a moment, how special that'll be for you.
I'm very excited for the new field. We had, over my past 2 years, we've had a lot of drainage issues, so this will hopefully allow us to play more games that otherwise would be rained out. So.
Well, Jay, we look forward to the spring semester over at the softball field here at Southwest Mississippi Community College. So have a great holiday season, and we look forward to the spring. Grandma or super sophomore or Jade, however you may know her, we look forward to seeing you back on the softball field.
Well, thank you.
Well, that'll do it for this edition of Inside Bear Athletics on Bear TV. Our special thanks to Athletic Director Bill Wallace, as well as Jacob McDaniel from the Southwest Bear baseball team, Shelby Mason, and Jade Latham from the Southwest softball team. Don't forget, listen to us every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. right here on SouthwestBearAthletics.com and, of course, on Bear TV and the social media platforms of Southwest Mississippi Community College. That'll do it for Inside Bear Athletics on this Tuesday night. Until next Tuesday, everybody, go Bears.